2023, Adidas reported its first loss in 30 years, $540 million in losses in 2023.
Is that all Kanye?
Hold on. Ready? $1.3 billion worth of Yeezy sneakers were piled up in warehouses. Hold on. Wow. Kanye claims he lost $8 billion from the severed partnership with Adidas. Kanye went from his net worth being $1.5 billion down to $400 million in the blink of an eye. Mm-hmm. So Adidas, that's a big deal, by the way. You lose, for the first time in 30 years, Adidas, you lose money for the first time in 30 years. For the first time in 30 years, right? You lose $540 million in a year. I'm firing somebody. Wow. I'm looking at the top.
They fired Kanye.
Apparently, that was the wrong fire. Yeah. I'm firing C-suites. Right, I'll start with whoever my leadership, if I'm on the board of Adidas, I'm not blaming Kanye. The board, right, well, first of all, when you're as big as Adidas, who is the priority? The stockholders.
Yeah, right.
The shareholders.
Shareholders.
Yep. Right, the shareholders are the priority. The shareholders, well, the board has to keep who happy? The shareholders. So then the board should have stepped up and spoke to leadership over there, the C-suites and all the executives there, right? And said, hey, are you sure we're making the right decision here? Because what is this about? We're running a business here, right? We can definitely condemn. We can condemn the behavior and this and, hey, we don't agree with this and that. But at the end of the day, you're running a business. Mm-hmm. So, in my opinion, they deserve to lose $540 million. That's my opinion. They deserve to lose $540 million because they made emotional decisions and not logical decisions. Yeah. And the board didn't step up for their shareholders.
Maybe the board did step up, and that's the reason why they did boot Kanye.
Brother, no. Well, depending on the bylaws, correct. Right? The board could say, hey, no, but there could be an override in the bylaws by the CEO. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Depending on how the deal's structured.
The shareholders started to file a lawsuit against.
There it is.
Right, yeah.
But that's on two different occasions now. That being this woke society or this woke organization bit you in the ass. Anheuser-Busch did it first, and then Adidas did it, and both of those companies, they got whiplashed.
I saw you drinking Bud Light the other day.
No, bro. Yeah, Bud Light, respectfully, Bud Light is Mexican piss. It always has been. It always will be.
Well, Dana White sees something in it that we don't.
Yeah, so, you know what? That's one thing. Like I'm usually a big fan of Dana White.
Same.
Right? I'm usually a big fan of Dana White. But brother, when he, like, clearly we know what Bud Light is doing by associating themselves with the UFC.
Well,
right? Trying to get more manly.
Yeah, Dana White, the face of the UFC. What more manly organization can you think about to partner up with to get that stock back up, right? And Dana White, being an opportunist and being a wise businessman, saw an opportunity where, Anheuser-Busch, they're floundering a little bit. Let me see if I can go make a couple $100 million with this, maybe $1 billion with this company, and get them out of the hot water that they're in.
I wouldn't be surprised if you got stock options for
Absolutely.
that. But think about Anheuser-Busch for a sec, guys. So this is a Belgium company, okay, that is owned by Russian oligarchs. How the fuck is this an American company, bro? This is not an American company. All the commercials are flags, American flag. It's not an American company. It's not. Let's just stop calling it an American company.
Hey.
I agree.
Wait, Russians? They must have learned something from the Germans. Propaganda is powerful, right? Mm-hmm. Dana White, why don't you just have Dylan Mulvaney be the ring girl for a fight or two and see if you still have your audience? Because I don't agree.
Well, he might have a new audience. He might have a new audience.
What, like the trannies are coming through and they're just like,
LGBTQTZY guys are going to come in.
The alphabet gang.
In my opinion, I think we're watching the biggest migration from it being in the power of the corporations to the people. Kanye goes and says, hey, I don't mess with Adidas. I'm pulling out. People pull out. Wow. Dylan Mulvaney steps into Anheuser-Busch. People say, I don't stand by this brand. I'm pulling out. Even with OpenAI and how the board kicked out the founder, Sam Altman, and then everybody said, we'll quit. That's the equivalent of Carlos coming into All Nation, and the people say, we want, or actually it would be the equivalent of
Wait, you would kick me out if I became a transgender? You would
if Carlos walked in with a dress,
that's
I
what
would,
he's saying.
I would.
Well, John Cena he's been in dresses, and he just did that whole the presentation of the awards and half
I
naked,
literally
fully
said
naked.
the other day that John Cena has sold his soul because
all
I've never
have.
seen a wrestler go so long with not having clout. Like The Rock has been in movies since he started, right? Like he was he was it. I haven't heard nothing about John Cena, and all of a sudden he's in all these movies, and he's like a C-grade actor.
Bro, he's terrible. John Cena's a terrible actor.
You watch your mouth. I'm just kidding.
Can you even see him? Can you even
Bro,
see
John
the guy?
Cena's a terrible actor. Zadie, you're a better. I've seen your YouTube videos. You're a much better actor than John Cena.
He's got
Zadie.
more muscles. He does more roiding, bro. So I mean,
But you're invested.
John
can
Cena's a
get you
terrible
my
roids.
dick is
actor.
probably bigger because I
Jeez
don't do
Louise.
steroids. But that's
We can get you
my
steroids, AD.
No, I like my size. At least one thing is big. I don't got to worry about it.
So, okay, with all that, just want to get you guys' feedback on the Adidas situation, obviously, because, Adidas, nobody cared about Adidas besides maybe the 1980s, right?
They were a little bit bigger international company than Nike was because Adidas has always had soccer, football.
Yes.
Yeah,
For
they-
sure,
yeah,
for sure.
Those.
sure.
So that's a more
Worldwide, yeah.
international. The US
Yeah, but
Cup.
nationally, nobody really cared about them until Run DMC and that whole
Correct.
thing, right? To give them a little bit of exposure. Even Kobe, when he signed that deal with Adidas back in the day before Nike,
That's
obviously,
right, yeah.
For sure.
right? If you think about, they've made so much progress, and they just threw it away in 1 year. What took them 30, 40 years to do, they threw it away in a few weeks.
Was it?
I think that's a testament to business, though. What takes you 30 years to build, it takes you 30
One
years
bad
to build your
decision.
reputation and 10 seconds to ruin
What
it.
was that? Was
Hold
that
on,
in the group chat?
we haven't actually hit the oof button. Can you repeat that again?
I said I think that's a testament to business. It takes 30 years to build your reputation and 10 seconds to lose it.
Ooh,
It was definitely an oof moment.
absolutely.
What I was gonna say is, what's it? We were on the group chat, right? And who sent that picture of the Adidas ball with the Baphomet logo, the upside down?
I woke
pentagram?
up and I was like,
No,
what
I
is going
sent you
on?
an article.
Yeah,
I sent everybody an article, and
He
then
saw
you
the ball.
You saw the ball, and I'm like, "What are you
the
talking
logo,
about?"
right? That's not crazy.
Wow.
Why is it
Why is
facing that
disgusting.
direction? Why is
Yeah.
the star facing towards the people?
Bro, it's everywhere, isn't it?
That's
It's
insane.
everywhere.
It's everywhere at this point.
The
It's
programming is
it's
everywhere.
disgusting. I saw the whole commercial with during the Super Bowl, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew this. Every time that they put the camera on Taylor Swift's, her little her little box, right? Her little skybox, right? Every time they put they're like, oh, the camera's on us. Ah, they just slam a drink. Every time they put the damn camera over there, they felt the need to slam a drink. And then whatever red spice or hot spice,
Yeah,
what's her
Ice
name?
Spice.
Doing
Ice
the
Spice.
symbols, yeah.
She's disgusting. She has the upside down crawls, and she's throwing the what is it called?
The devil horns, right?
The horns and stuff. I'm like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
It's getting more blatant and it's getting more
Yeah.
obvious. I don't know if you call it demonic or what you call it, but it's definitely not righteous. It's definitely not godly. And you're seeing it happen. But the thing is this has always been happening. The subliminal messaging that's been hidden, your eye just doesn't catch it. So when you start to awaken, you start to see these things finally. You don't see the world for what they tell you it is. You see the world for what it is, right? And so people that are awake, that's all that we notice it because there's a higher level of consciousness.
Well, we have
right?
our spiritual lenses on.
Correct.
At all times.